Welcome to the virtual staging of the 2019 and 2020 Caribbean Media Awards. I'm your host, Simone Absalom Gale. For more than 2 decades, the Caribbean Broadcasting Union has annually presented its Caribbean Media Awards to highlight outstanding productions in radio, television, digital, and print media from across the region. And this year has inspired a number of productions worthy of praise. When we come back, we'll be showcasing and celebrating some of these outstanding productions as the 2019 and 2020 Caribbean Media Awards goes into full swing. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The following is brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister.
When your turn comes for the vaccine, please take the vaccine. It is absolutely important. For those who have hesitancy and fear, and all of that is legitimate, it's healthy. But I believe we have seen the vaccine at work. We know what the risks are. There are no riskless activities in life. We urge you to participate in the national program and get vaccinated.
The proceeding was brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister.
No one is immune to mental illness. Your age, race, gender, social class, or economic status is no match for addictive behaviors, anxiety or eating disorders, depression or schizophrenia. What is having a good social support system. As the saying goes, in times of test, family is best. Unfortunately, many are denied the benefit of the support of family and friends because of stigma and an oppressive silence around mental illness. Let's put an end to the silence.
Speak up.
Speak now.
End the stigma.
Share your story.
End the stigma.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Brutality isn't a legality. There's no rationality as to why this abnormality should become a mentality. A mentality which kills and tortures. Are you really telling me you're afraid to speak up because you might be called an informer? Let us break the barrier of brutality and enforce it with alacrity. If you know someone who has been victimized, I charge you to I, interrupt their situations before their O. Oppressor continues to L, lurk in their lives. Let us E, extend our hands to our brothers and sisters who are being victimized, and N, never see violent acts and ignore them. Let us C, come together and be the E, example, so we may end a barrier on brutality.
Welcome back to the virtual presentation of the 2019-2020 Caribbean Media Awards, the region's premier media awards ceremony. Since the inception of the annual Caribbean Media Awards competition in 1979, the quality of the original production submitted has earned plaudits and has continued to improve over the years. But don't just take my word for it. Please join me in welcoming our first speaker, Vice President of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union, Mrs. Kaylisa DeVoe Isaacs.
Master of Ceremony, distinguished guests, representatives of international and regional organizations including PAHO, UNESCO, Public Media Alliance representatives, and other special guests, esteemed members of the CBU Hall of Fame, fellow members of the CBU Board of Directors, media colleagues and friends, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this year's renewal of the Caribbean Broadcasting Awards. On behalf of the President, Mr. Gary Allen, and the CBU Board of Directors, I take this opportunity to thank you all for being here. We have come together to recognize and celebrate the media of the region and those professionals who work each day to tell our stories and promote the heritage of these countries in this region. To every producer, writer, camera operator, sound technician, and others, we thank you. And tonight, we will showcase your good work. We at the CBU will seek to honor and highlight your dedication to the industry. Thank you to the judging panel who have had the arduous task of renewing and reviewing all the submissions, and you will hear more from the lead judge later on. To our sponsors, thank you all for partnering and helping us to celebrate what we do at the CBU in this media industry and for continuing to stand with us over the many years. We look forward to your ongoing help. So without further ado or delay, welcome and enjoy the event.
The Caribbean nations, which together comprise the membership of the CBU, are well known for their awe-inspiring landscapes and captivating cultures, elements which often serve to foster the creation of a myriad of equally inspiring productions in media. In short, our judges had their work cut out for them. Here to tell us just a bit of what the selection process was like on behalf of our judges is Chief Judge Andrew Millington.
President of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union, Mr. Gary Allen, Board of Directors, Acting Secretary General, Ms. Hilda Cox-Bulling, members of the broadcasting fraternity, distinguished guests. I wish first of all to express my gratitude to you for the opportunity to serve as Chief Judge of the awards ceremony. We had the pleasure of viewing a diversity of work from the region, and I must say that they demonstrate the commitment and dedication that your organization has to serving the Caribbean community. You have exhibited the highest standards of broadcasting at a time when Caribbean institutions are also facing immense challenges to telling that Caribbean story. The judges looked at 115 submissions. Now, those submissions would have been produced over 2019 and 2020. And it was our task to review both radio and TV and assess them across at least 15 categories. A number of issues and a number of themes come to mind. Education, health, both physical and mental, the environment, climate change. We recognize that these are a number of areas that your community is concerned and needs to be informed about. Not to mention the question of culture and identity, who we are, and how do we tell our story. We saw issues of resilience, and to speak of recovery from hurricanes, the rebuilding process, but for the most part, the main theme, to my mind, was sustainability. The ways in which your stories are told are seriously affected, and to quote one of our judges, your main competitor might actually be social media, which places a greater emphasis on your ability to reach truth and to provide an example by which we can look at the hard data, to look at the research that you put into your stories, and to recognize that you are the last, probably the last bastion for which we can see an element of who we are and what our future holds. This becomes very critical in articulating our strategies and communicating to our audiences the very identity, the very question that we are the future and that we must work hard to maintain a sense of justice and to reach that place of peace for which we can all be satisfied. Thank you.
And now we're pleased to introduce our first category in the production awards for television. The award for Best Documentary Program is given to a program or single episode of a series which uses interviews with people involved in real events to tell factual stories about current or historical events or to present a personal story. And the nominees for the award for Best Television Documentary Program, presented in honor of CBU Hall of Famer Stuart Cron, are Where Have All the Mangroves Gone? By Television Jamaica Limited, Cockpit Controversy by Television Jamaica Limited, and Category 6, a Hurricane Dorian documentary by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. And the award for Best Television Documentary goes to the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas for Category 6, a Hurricane Dorian documentary.
Walking through this pile of rubble and muddy water is definitely something that you're never going to forget, and I'm sure for the residents there that had to go through it, they will never forget having to do that and seeing what used to be their homes turn into a pile of rubble, and you see flattened homes and you see articles of clothing, and you knew that this belonged to someone's loved one, and you see children's toys and children's clothing, and to describe it, you just can't fully capture the impact emotionally and mentally into the proper words to describe.
Congratulations to Megan Shepherd and Gershon Swain of the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. Our judges would also like to make special mention of the documentary Where Have All the Mangroves Gone? By Krista Campbell, Kamar Taylor, and Sandy Williams of Television Jamaica. Now, are you ready for some drama? Each year, the award for Best Drama Program is presented to an outstanding scripted piece ranging from 5 to 60 minutes in length, which portrays fictional events and may be based on a stage play or the original written work. Without further ado, let's take a look at this year's nominees. The nominees for the award for Best Television Drama Program, presented in honor of CBU Hall of Famer Victor Torres Crespo, are Don't Give Up by Teleislas and Estemar Es Mío by Teleislas. And the award for Best Television Drama Program goes to Teleislas for Don't Give Up.
Come here, listen. Oh, so, hey, why you going?
Oh, so you frighten me? Where you in there? Joel in there for a long time and couldn't find you. And that shirt, where you get a shirt from? A shirt from my papa.
What's for your papa? You said yes. Your papa buy them a kind of shirt over. And me and them look for work, and I went there suffering and I still talk to them. And me and Joel don't talk. Everything all right. Answer me the question. Why you going so cute?
Both there?
Both the way. Give me the key.
How so?
Yeah, that's nice.
I want to go look for your brother Joel. You want to see your hotel tonight? I want to give him a surprise.
Will I go with you?
No, sir. How so?
You know, get stuff from papa. That's nice. That's nice.
But
Congratulations to Edwin Salcedo of Teleislas. Our next award is sponsored by the Embassy of the United States of America in Bridgetown, Barbados. The best news item is selected from reports on current events ranging from 90 seconds to 5 minutes in length. Throughout the year, there have been many thought-provoking productions that have graced our television screens. In just a moment, we'll find out which of those productions will receive the winning title. But first, a few words from our sponsor, the Embassy of the United States of America, Bridgetown.
Hello, I'm Linda Tagliolatello, the United States Ambassador to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean. I am delighted that the United States Embassy can join the Caribbean Broadcasting Union to recognize the outstanding work of the region's journalists. Your work as media professionals is difficult, and it matters deeply to the public. You are heroes to our societies that value freedom of speech and truth. Awards such as these are crucial in reminding all of us of the indispensable services journalists provide to society. We are honored to support the awards for Best News Item TV and Best News Item Radio. The United States remains steadfast in our commitment to promoting freedom of the press across the globe. I congratulate the journalists who will be receiving awards and commend all of you for the hard work you do. Thank you.
And now the nominees for the Best Television News Item. The nominees for the award for Best Television News Item are Mandatory Evacuation 2 by RJR Gleaner, The Benefits of a Migrant Community, Spanish Lookout by Great Belize Productions Channel 5, Suriname Tour Guides Go the Extra Mile by Dime Network Limited, and The Long Road to PSE in Southern Belize by Great Belize Productions Channel 5. And the award goes to Great Belize Productions Channel 5 for The Benefits of a Migrant Community, Spanish Lookout.
A lot of people wouldn't have come if they had known it was so difficult. I mean, it was the hardships that followed after we came. And it was a complete different setting, we had no idea what it was like to go directly into the jungle and try to make a living.
Frank Barkman and his family were some of the first Mennonites who came to settle in the then British Honduras way back in the late 1950s. Thousands of Mennonites left their homes in parts of Russia and Canada to live in Mexico. From there, they went looking for good soil in a welcoming country with better opportunities. They found that here in Belize and decided to stay.
Congratulations to Andrea Polanco and Chris Manger of Great Belize Productions Channel 5. Our judges would also like to make special mention of the piece Long Road to PSC in Southern Belize by Isani Cayetano, Kenro Michael and Rick Romero of Great Belize Productions Channel 5. The award for Best Investigative Report is presented to an item on a current event produced through systematic, in-depth and original research and reporting, usually involving the unearthing of hidden information. The nominees for the award for Best Investigative Television Report presented in honor of CBU Hall of Famer Jones Madeira are Horizon Horror, How Two Cops Were Killed by RJR Gleaner, Ganja Farmers by RJR Gleaner, and Jalakte and the ICJ Vote, Out of Sight, Out of Mind by Great Belize Productions, Channel 5. And the award goes to RJR Gleaner for Ganja Farmers.
For years, ganja farmers have been stigmatized, persecuted, and prosecuted. Until recently, when possessing small amounts was decriminalized. It has since become a hot topic, especially discussions surrounding the medicinal use of cannabis. But ganja farmers, like the one who owns this property, who produce for mostly recreational purposes, feel they are being priced out and excluded from a market that they fought to maintain long before the current widespread interest. And it's for those reasons that this farmer believes more should be done for people like him.
Congratulations to Giovanni Dennis of RJR Gleaner. And that brings us to the end of the first segment of our program. We go now for a short break. The 2019 and 2020 Caribbean Media Awards will be back in a moment. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss what comes next.
I want to make a game because who doesn't like games now? So I want to make, I'm not going to say difficult, but it's going to be kind of difficult. So that's why I need a very good team, and I want to make a learning application for kids 3-year-olds and above.
It is very unusual to get COVID after you take the vaccine. But of course, if you've only taken your first dose and you're within 2 to 4 weeks, then your body has not responded fully to the vaccine dose yet. And if you're exposed to COVID, you could get it. Once you get both doses of the vaccine, then you are certainly protected against severe COVID. Very few persons may get infected or mild symptoms, but most people will not get severe COVID, will not need to go to hospital, and they will not die from COVID.
Here is a special parenting message brought to you by the National Family Planning Board, 5 Sylvan Avenue, Kingston 5. The way we treat our children directly impacts what they believe about themselves. That was a special parenting message brought to you by the National Family Planning Board, 5 Sylvan Avenue, Kingston 5.
Welcome back to the 2019 and 2020 Caribbean Media Awards, a production of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union. I'm your host, Simone Absalom Gale. It's time now for the first entertainment item of our production. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jamaica Folk Singers. Now let's dive right into the production awards for radio. Our judges have assessed this year's entries for quality of sound, clarity of speech, use of music, use of voice, and quality of editing. We begin with the award for Best Documentary Program. Now let's take a look at our nominees. The nominees for the award for Best Radio Documentary Program, presented in honor of CBU Hall of Famer Rose Willock, are Hey Sexy, Catcalling in Jamaica by RJR Gleaner, Somos de Mayabike, We Are from Mayabike by the Cuban Institute of Radio and Television, and Tribute to Kamau Brathwaite by Starcom Network Inc. And the award for Best Radio Documentary Program goes to the Cuban Institute of Radio and Television for Somos de Mayabike, We Are from Mayabike. Congratulations to Elizabeth Alvarez Hernandez of the Cuban Institute of Radio and Television. Our judges would also like to make special mention of the piece Hey Sexy, Catcalling in Jamaica by Dion Jackson Miller, RJR Gleaner. Up next, we have the award for Best Magazine Program, and the nominees are: the award for Best Radio Magazine Program is presented in honor of CBU Hall of Famer Lester Spalding. And the award for Best Radio Magazine Program goes to Beyond the Headlines by RJR Gleaner. Congratulations to Dion Jackson Miller, Camille Williams, and Giovanni Dennis of RJR Gleaner. Some may consider it a challenge to attempt to truly captivate an audience without the aid of visual accompaniment. Our next group of nominees accepts this challenge and rises to the occasion. The nominees for the award for Best Radio Drama Program, presented in honor of CBU Hall of Famer Rafiq Khan, are Paperboat by the Cuban Institute of Radio and Television, and Once Upon a Time by Starcom Network. And the award goes to the Cuban Institute of Radio and Television for Paperboat. Congratulations to Elizabeth Alvarez Hernandez of the Cuban Institute of Radio and Television. Attaining accolades in our next category is no small feat, but this group of nominees has managed to do just that. Sponsored by the Embassy of the United States of America in Bridgetown, Barbados, let's take a look at the nominees for the Best News Item. The nominees for the award for Best Radio News Item are Climate Change in Jamaica by RJR Gleaner and Adjusting to COVID in Jamaica by RJR Gleaner. And the award goes to RJR Gleaner for Climate Change in Jamaica. Congratulations to Giovanni Dennis of RJR Gleaner and to all our nominees in our Production Awards category. Now, are you ready to find out who our judges have selected to receive this year's special awards? Then don't move a muscle. We'll be right back.
Jamaica, home of the resilient, passionate and hard-working. A people and a nation who have achieved and defied all odds, working to keep their economy growing, their country thriving, from investments made in innovative opportunities and exports demanded globally. We have a vision, now within our grasp, where Jamaica becomes the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. We will not let go of this vision. We will grow. We will overcome these challenging times and look to the future with hope and positivity. These are special times. The world as we know it has changed, but home will always be in our hearts. And in Jamaica, you can always find a home. Think you know Jamaica? Look again. You will be surprised.
This is our home, Jamaica, and tourism is the lifeblood of our country. Let's all feel good again. Whether with family or friends, we want you to enjoy your staycation.
We have to ensure that they are comfortable, they feel well protected.
New standards are in place to ensure your safety. We are here to serve you better, so you can have the best experience. Come out and rediscover Jamaica.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
Rediscover Jamaica.
Heartbeat of the world.
Whenever you hear the following tone, the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, will be giving information on an emergency situation affecting the island. Please be on the alert and listen to your radio and television for further information. This was a test of the emergency alert system, brought to you by ODPEM.
Welcome back to the virtual staging of the 2019 and 2020 Caribbean Media Awards. I'm your host, Simone Absalom Gale. Each year, at the discretion of our judges, a selection of excellent work in television and radio is recognized with special awards. The first in this category is the award for Best Television Commercial Spot. Let's take a look at our nominees. The nominees for the award for Best Television Commercial Spot, presented in honor of CBU Hall of Famer Vic Fernandez, are the Maya Island Airlines COVID Response Ad by Great Belize Productions, Channel 5, the Sgt. Pepper's Pasta Ad by Great Belize Productions, Channel 5, and the Anti-Contraband Ad by Great Belize Productions, Channel 5. And the award for Best Television Commercial Spot goes to Great Belize Productions, Channel 5, for the Sgt. Pepper's Pasta Ad.
From pizzas to pastas and burgers to wings, you find so many choices at Sgt. Pepper's. Choose from our selection of pastas and our famous 3-cheese lasagna. Also check out our kids menu, starting at $3.50. And don't forget our baskets, all your favorites at everyday great prices.
Congratulations to Rick Romero of Great Belize Productions, Channel 5. We go now to the award for Best Television Public Service Spot. The nominees for the award for Best Television Public Service Spot, presented in honor of CBU Hall of Famer Olga Lopez Ciale, are Your Vote, Our Future by Dime Network Limited and Unos Teom by Teleislas. The award goes to Dime Network Limited for Your Vote, Our Future. Congratulations to CDQ Universal and Daniela Tonar of the Dime Network Limited and all of our special awardees. The highly anticipated Theme Awards category is known for rewarding remarkable work, highlighting issues of great significance to the region and the world. Our first theme, sponsored by the UNICEF Eastern Caribbean Area Office, is Responsible Coverage of Children's Issues. Our nominees have been selected from television and radio features, highlighting issues affecting children and youth that are in accordance with the principles of responsible coverage of programming on children's issues. There were no radio entries for the category, so we go to our television entries. The nominees for the Theme Award for Responsible Coverage of Children's Issues in Television are The Serious and Growing Problem of Obesity Among Children by Great Belize Productions, Channel 5. 5 Families, 14 Children by Caribbean Communications Network, CCN TV6. And Graham Creek, A Year Later by Great Belize Productions, Channel 5. And the award goes to Great Belize Productions Channel 5 for The Serious and Growing Problem of Obesity.
We have a problem with obesity. Even more concerning is it has started to affect our children.
Being overweight, it affects me in a lot of ways.
We're getting sicker at a much younger age. Then it tells you why we need to address childhood obesity.
Heart disease, strokes, hypertension, diabetes, all of it is waiting down the road.
Congratulations to Marlani Swalar and Rick Romero of Great Belize Productions Channel 5 and all our nominees. Our next theme, sponsored by UNESCO, is highlighting the resilience of Caribbean people to natural disasters and/or health crises. The award in this category seeks to recognize the achievements of journalists in creating awareness of the effects of natural disasters and/or health crises, and showcasing the resilience of Caribbean people to these events. In just a few moments, we'll announce the nominees. But first, a word from our sponsor.
UNESCO builds the resilience of communities to face up to natural disasters and climate change, and preserve the environment for future generations. UNESCO World Heritage Sites, Biosphere Reserves, and global geoparks are hubs for sustainable development throughout the region. Every day, UNESCO strives to preserve the sustainability of our oceans that are essential to life on Earth. The people of the Caribbean small island developing states are at the front lines of climate change. Building on their indigenous knowledge, together we are tackling the severest impacts of the global climate crisis. By harnessing the talent of our partners, we can engage millions of citizens in our programs. With our partners, UNESCO currently implements more than 150 programs in Latin America and the Caribbean, reaching millions of people every day. The challenges are immense and time is short. Join us, let's work together for our shared humanity.
And the nominees are the nominees for the Theme Award for highlighting the resilience of Caribbean people to natural disasters and/or health crises in television are New Mud Volcanoes Found in Los Iros by Caribbean Communications Network, CCN TV6. Dominica, Resilience and Recovery by Caribbean Communications Network, CCN TV6. And Devastating Floods in Western Belize by Great Belize Productions, Channel 5. And the award for television goes to the Caribbean Communications Network for Dominica, Resilience and Recovery.
Cascading through her serene green hills as you leave the Douglas Charles Airport, never would you think that she was left on her knees, severely battered, bruised and broken 2 years ago. Her beauty is one which nature seekers may yearn after. This is Dominica and her road to recovery after Category 5 Hurricane Maria ravaged her in 2017. Apart from the wood woven between the stony shoreline, other signs, like the blue tarpaulins shielding homes from nature's elements, serve as an evocative reminder of Maria's nationwide devastation. But by and large, the country, which is heavily reliant on tourism, has defied the odds, getting back on her feet, a test to the resilience of her people.
Congratulations to Alicia Bauscher, Emmanuel Munez, and Anthony Nelson of the Caribbean Communications Network, and to all our nominees and awardees for their exceptional work under the theme highlighting the resilience of Caribbean people to natural disasters and/or health crises. It's time for the second entertainment item of our program. This one comes to us from one of the CBU Song Festival winners, Allison Hines.
Hey everyone, I am Caribbean soca queen and cultural ambassador Allison Hines, and I want to say a big shout out to the entire Caribbean region right now, and it's my pleasure to be a part of these awards, if only virtually. And as a former winner of the CBU Song Festival, alongside one of my good friends and present Minister of Culture, John King, we had an absolute blast. And now I'm going to take the opportunity to introduce to you a song that has since become a classic, coming from out of the beautiful country of Suriname. And this song is in the language of the Samaka tribe. You know the tune, you know it. Ladies and gentlemen, listen up, wind up in your seat or wherever you are to Faluma.
Get ready to wine! Get ready to wine! Faluma ding ding ding. Namya lama de. Boko e jana. Kapasi e jana. Dago e jana. Ding ding ding. Namya lama de. Boko e jana. Kapasi e jana. Dago e jana. Tigre e jama. Ding ding ding. Namya lama de. Mama ye duna. Mama ye duna. Kamosaki. Baka wepina ye.
piece inspired you to get up and dance, then now might be the perfect time to grab some refreshments. Stay tuned for more of the 2019 and 2020 Caribbean Media Awards. We'll be back in a moment.
The following is brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister.
Our children have been out of school for a year and a half. The impact on their education is significant and it will be long-lasting. As a responsible government, we cannot place the education of your children, our children, at risk. There is a ray of hope, and that hope comes in the form of the vaccine.
The proceeding was brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister.
What if they knew that you abused her? Her family?
Mr. Jones.
And your colleagues, how will they look at an abuser? When the law comes knocking, you'll have nowhere to run.
Mr. Brown, you're under arrest. Please get up, hands behind your head and interlock your fingers.
Turn your back on abusers. Report gender-based violence to the police. There's no excuse for abuse. Call the Bureau of Gender Affairs at 876-754-8577.
This is our home, Jamaica, and tourism is the lifeblood of our country. Let's all feel good again. Whether with family or friends, we want you to enjoy your staycation.
We have to ensure that they are comfortable, they feel well protected.
New standards are in place to ensure your safety. We are here to serve you better, so you can have the best experience. Come out and rediscover Jamaica.
We are ready. We are ready.
We are ready.
Rediscover Jamaica.
Heartbeat of the world.
Welcome back to the 2019 and 2020 Caribbean Media Awards. The COVID-19 pandemic has in many ways served as a catalyst for the creation of groundbreaking productions in television and radio. Sponsored by Sagicor, our next series of awards demonstrates just that. The nominees for Best Health Education Journalism in Radio and Television will be announced right after these words from our sponsor.
Good evening to one and all. It is indeed a pleasure to join you this evening to present the award for Health Education Journalism on behalf of Sagicor. As a health insurance provider, we see firsthand the impact that illnesses and medical conditions have on our society and on our economies. It inspires us to act, to uphold our legacy of providing our clients in the community greater access to care and support, and to remain at the forefront of healthcare in the Caribbean. Our proximity to the healthcare industry has also led us to the conviction that wellness education is a critical line of defense against the pandemic rise of preventable diseases in our communities. Indeed, engaging in these public dialogues can make a tangible difference in the incidence of premature death, reduced quality of life, and the inability of so many to earn an income. You stand here today with a unique ability, the capacity to reach wide, diverse audiences and provide them with the valuable information and advice they need to help shape their behaviors and daily habits such that they can improve their quality of life now and in the future. We commend those of you who have already embraced this power and embarked on this noble mission. Your positive impact can never be underrated. On behalf of Sagicor and the communities in our region, thank you for being on the front line of preserving the future of our nations. Thank you all.
And the nominees for Best Health Education Journalism in Television are
Mental Health Impact of the Pandemic by Great Belize Productions, Channel 5. The Neglected HIV Vulnerable Population by Great Belize Productions, Channel 5. And White Coated Heroes by NCN, Guyana.
And the award goes to Great Belize Productions Channel 5 for the Neglected HIV Vulnerable Population.
The Ministry of Health statistics is showing persons 50 plus, 65 plus, positive HIV.
One barrier is the assumption that as people age, they stop having sex. Both Bulwa and Dr. Bruce agree that this is a misconception.
Back in the days, in terms of the elderly, they would be more confined to the house. But you find now that the older, you find them, they might be older, looking younger, they're taking a healthier approach to life, they're living longer, and so they're able to live a more vibrant life. And that life also entails sex. And persons come to you and they will talk, ask you questions. And they're trying to get affirmation of certain risky behaviors that they're engaging in. And you recognize, guess what? We need to look at providing information and education.
Congratulations to Marlene Suelar, Joel Westby, and Rick Romero of Great Belize Productions, Channel 5. We go now to the award for Best Health Education Journalism in Radio. The award for Best Health Education Journalism in Radio goes to the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas for HIV/AIDS. What next? Congratulations to Lynette DeVoe of the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas and all our nominees and awardees. We have seen so many amazing pieces emerge from the region this year, and regardless of genre, subject matter, or setting, one thing is certain: none of this would have been possible without you, or inspiration, and or audience. Selected via online voting, the People's Choice Awards is where your voice is heard. So without further ado, here are the nominees.
This year's People's Choice Award is presented in honor of CBU Hall of Famer Rashida Bolai. The nominees for the People's Choice Award are Picking Up the Pieces, Overcoming Obstacles as a Youth by Great Belize Productions, Channel 5. Corona the Hawksbill embarks on an information-gathering journey by Great Belize Productions, Channel 5. Behind the Scenes at the Belize Zoo, How the Animals Are Fed by Great Belize Productions, Channel 5. And the award goes to Great Belize Productions, Channel 5 for Corona the Hawksbill embarks on an information-gathering journey.
A 100-plus pound hawksbill turtle, estimated to be older than 70 years, Corona the hawksbill turtle, is on her shell, flapping on the beach in Gales Point, Manatee. She's impatient to get on with her journey, but a small team of turtle conservationists can't allow her to leave just yet. Corona the hawksbill must be fitted with a small tracking device that will gather important information about her journey that will help to monitor her species that's critically endangered across the world.
Congratulations to our People's Choice Award winner, Andrea Polanco, and all our entrants, nominees, and awardees in the 2019 and 2020 Caribbean Media Awards. We now invite you to join us for the final entertainment item of our program.
Join me in welcoming the Movement Dance Company.
Sing fair, hear me no shade. Whoa, whoa. Can you hear me when I say, put your lighters in the air, lighters in the air. If you know your heart clean like a whistle, heart clean like a liquor whistle. me and my brother them good. Me never grudge Teflon. Family me deal with me bun, yes man. In a interview them ask enough question. Them want know where me born and where me come from. Tell them that I Vegas same time. They saw me born right on the train line. 10.5 seconds a game time. And if a brother and a half, me say me we share mine with them. Share it like a good news. Call me love my family like a cook food. Late in the hours of night we cook food. Every plate of it full up of rice and good stew. Aye. Let me see some lighter. From your nose say you feel alright. I miss a love defeat all evil. That song you have to clean out people. Can you hear me when I say, put your lighters in the air, lighters in the air. If you know your heart clean like a whistle, like a whistle, heart clean like a liquor whistle. Ay, clean like a whistle, like a whistle, oh, clean like a liquor whistle. Ay, easy no shades, now watch your face daddy bands. Clean like a whistle and a same so we born. You believe in me and everywhere me perform. People as say on the dear to me heart Zion. Kelly said don't say your words in fence. Them can't say we sound never work. Hey, Teflon all the crown them a yours. Couldn't help but fi write it down in a words, yeah. Because me certain, we no not trade me fi none of the pearl them. Enough people a walk on road in a clean clothes, but them hearty want detergent. Hey, so make me see some lighter. If you know, so you feel alright. I miss a love defeat all evil. That song you have to clean out people. Can you hear me when I say, put your lighters in the air, lighters in the air. If you know your heart clean like a whistle. Like a whistle, clean like a liquor whistle. Clean like a whistle, like a whistle, heart clean. Whoa, whoa, boy, heart clean like a whistle, heart clean like a whistle, like a whistle, heart clean. Alright, yeah. Easy yourself in a Isa. Every cake you say I forget a piece of. Settle yourself, cause namde Calico. Whoa, boy. Easy chakula. Hey, remember you tell me for straight like ruler. Hey, yes I. Bless up all of the clean out people in the world. The ones with the dirty heart too. We still believe in you. We still have faith in you. Yes, boy, chronics. Big up all them real high school friend them. Hey, don't say a word. Sparks, we ain't don't say a word neither. Loving it to me, loving it to me, yeah, boy.
And now, join me in welcoming one of the directors of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union, Anthony Green, who will deliver the vote of thanks.
Master of Ceremonies, CBU President, Vice President, Directors, members, sponsors and partners, awardees, I greet you on this special occasion. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the CBU, I thank you for sharing in this experience of celebrating excellence through the Caribbean Media Awards. We hope that you have enjoyed the reflection on some of the outstanding work done by our media workers in the period under review. The fact that in this one program we have recognized work done over the past 2 years, which is not the norm, tells us that unprecedented times call for unprecedented approaches. The fact that we are prepared to adjust to the needs of these times shows you our commitment to recognizing good work by members of the media. I wish to commend all the winners of awards and those getting special commendation. I also wish to encourage those who did not win on this occasion to use this event as only a warm-up round for the next time that you will enter excellent work and win. Thanks to our judging panel, the project leader and the CBU Secretariat staff for their management and coordination of these awards. There is very special commendation, thanks, and appreciation reserved for the management and staff of the Public Broadcasting Corporation of Jamaica for offering, without solicitation, to design and produce this awards program. Thank you, BBC Jamaica. Finally, we from the CBU board encourage all our media workers to continue your sterling work against the odds in this pandemic and urge you to continue making a difference in people's lives through the work that we do for our listeners, readers, viewers, and advertisers. Thank you all.
This has been the 2019 and 2020 Caribbean Media Awards. Thanks so much for watching. See you next year.
A major area in high school for me was IT and EDP.